Hello and welcome. Thank you for watching. This is Jonathan Viero with Team Lake Arrowhead and Corcoran Global Living in the Lake Arrowhead area. And you're watching the 2022 quarter number 2 real estate market report for the Point Hamiltair and Old Hamiltair gated communities in Lake Arrowhead. This video, we're going to cover the most important real estate statistics that are going on in these communities. If you're a homeowner in Point Hamiltair or Old Hamiltair, then keep watching. This video is for you. You may be wondering this year, what should I be doing? Should I be selling or buying a house? Is the market going to crash? How are interest rates going to affect this market? How much your home could potentially be worth? The best way I can answer those questions is to look at some numbers from the current market. If at any point during this video you have a question and want to chat, feel free to comment in the section below, or you can directly contact me. I have my information in the description below of this video. You can also receive this information via email, mail, or you can download it online yourself. So just let me know how you would like to receive this information, and I'm happy to get it to you. So let's take a look at the most valuable real estate metrics that we have, and that is the average sales price for these two communities. I'm combining these two average sales prices because the communities are a lot alike, and again, this is a very particular community, of course, I'm sure you know, but Point Hamiltair and Old Hamiltair are on their own peninsula. There's lakefront homes and there's interior homes, so I have separated those two data pieces. So the Point Hamiltair and Old Hamiltair average sales price is $2.568, and this is the second quarter of 2022. And this is for the interior home. The lakefronts are actually about $4.68 million. And both of these average sales prices are actually 32% increase since 2019. So your home is almost 30% more in value from just 2 years ago. The average sales price for the interior home is $1.925, and those homes are selling at $624 per square foot, and that's on average. The peninsula's lakefronts are selling for almost $800 per square foot. Your average days on market for these homes is a really important statistic because that tells us how fast homes are selling, of course, and also gives us a look at what the buyer demand is like in today's market. So the average days on market has dropped from last year and is at almost a record low from the communities, and that's a good thing. Homes are selling 3 times faster than usual for these communities. And this can be explained by a lack of inventory still, compared to 2020 and 2021, and the high buyer demand for these communities has persisted, and that's likely caused by the pandemic, a lot of people coming out of the city looking for a vacation home. The next statistic is the average price per square foot. A lot of homes vary in these communities, so you get a lakefront, obviously it's going to be the price per square foot is going to be a lot higher than an interior home, but some homes are larger, some homes are smaller. So the average price per square foot is $624. The peninsula's lakefronts are selling for the $800 per square foot, and which is actually the highest average for all of the communities in Lake Arrowhead. So that just means that Point Hamiltair real estate is the most expensive, the highest priced, and the most valuable real estate on the mountain. Another really interesting statistic that I pulled this quarter is that the list price to sales price ratio is at 93% for Point Hamiltair and Old Hamiltair. So that just means homes are selling slightly under asking price, which is consistent from last year, and from 2020, which homes were selling over asking price. That means just the buyer demand has cooled down a little bit to some degree, but not a lot. And that's actually really good for this community where it's been a lot lower most of the time. So here's some predictions that I have for the community for this quarter. The first one's going to be pertaining to the mortgage rates and how the mortgage rates will affect Lake Arrowhead and Point Hamiltair Peninsula. So since the affordability is going down as interest rates go up, some consumers are not going to be as interested in purchasing a home. Homes in the lower to middle price ranges will likely see the most influence. However, Lake Arrowhead in general is relatively insulated from being significantly impacted by these changes. Being a vacation home market, most homes are bought with high amounts of cash. The buyers are affluent. The buyers have access to above average financing options. And this really brings financial strength within the marketplace and means that the majority of the buyer pool will not likely be affected by the affordability changes. And also, since a lot of the homes are owned with a lot of equity, if not free and clear, I anticipate that this means that our market's just more bulletproof than LA and San Diego. So whatever changes happen there, we will see a less effect on that. The Federal Reserve is planning to continue to increase interest rates temporarily, and so that way they can decrease the rate of inflation by slowing the market, and then their plan is to bring them back down so that way they can grow the market. So that totally makes sense to me. Obviously, it will put a lot of pressure on the economy, but if it's a temporary thing and it's timed right, it would work. So where will homes values go in Point Hamiltair and Old Hamiltair? I'm thinking that home values in these communities will gradually increase for at least the next few years. We've seen an incredible amount of attention and buyer demand since these large amounts of people have come into the mountain resort communities around the world. The pandemic lockdowns have really brought awareness from affluent people the need to get out of the city and have been purchasing vacation homes on a large scale since. So Point Hamiltair and Old Hamiltair have the highest amount of buyer demand of any gated community on the mountain, and that attracts a wide variety of affluent consumers. So I anticipate that prices will go up. Just depends on how much inventory stays on the market and the discretionary spending of these affluent buyers. So if the stock market does go into contraction and these affluent buyers don't have as much money, it will affect our buyer pool because they're not needing to, they're not interested in purchasing a second home anymore. But it all depends on those two factors. So you might be asking, should you sell your home? And my answer is, if you need to sell your home in the next few years, I would do it this summer. I would list your home as soon as you can. And that's just because I can't predict what the inventory will do and how these interest rates will affect our inventory or what the stock market will do. But I can say confidently right now the inventory is low. It is still a seller's market. You're still getting high demand for these properties and you're still getting top dollar, and that's this quarter. So you just need to ask yourself, is it better to sell now when you can get top dollar, and we know you can, or would you rather wait and potentially get more for your home, or would you rather in that situation, would you rather wait, get more for your home, or actually potentially get less for your home? So if you need to get out within the next 3 years, I would do it this summer. My 2022 predictions for the market in general, I think prices will going to increase for the next 12 months, but at a slower pace than the previous 2 years. The major variables that we're going to watch are the local inventory levels, the interest rates, and the buyer demand by just watching how homes are selling and how fast they're selling. If the interest rates continue to rise, then our local inventory we will see homes taking longer to sell, and probability of getting a bidding war or top dollar will go down. I also predict that the stock market will likely have a small contraction over the next few months, and more money will be put into real estate from that because people will want to allocate money out of a riskier investment into something more safe. So I think that after these interest rates will cool down, after the Federal Reserve drops them back down, I think we're going to continue into at least a 5-year real estate boom again, and prices will continue to rally. I'm going to go over some background information to give you kind of the macro approach to Lake Arrowhead and our real estate up here, because it does really affect our market. So right now, we're in a very interesting North America luxury market. And some of the trends that I've noticed personally is that the pandemic caused a lot of affluent buyers, and we're talking that the uber rich people, the uber wealthy folks in the world, they've brought a lot of awareness to need to get out of the city and to buy a vacation home. So markets in Switzerland, France, the Alpine, Sierra Nevadas like Lake Tahoe, Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, Deer Valley, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, these markets just lit on fire because of all these affluent people trying to get out of the city and buy a vacation home and run away. So that is consistent, and we are seeing that since we are so close to these markets in LA, in San Diego, where we have the uber wealthy people. Point Hamiltair will be on the radar for that, and I'm sure you've seen that. But we're going to continue to get even higher prices from those people willing to pay more to get out of the city. So, and that's not going to go away. We're put on the map now. So, all right, well, that's it for the 2022 quarterly market report for the Point Hamiltair and Old Hamiltair Estates Peninsula area. Thank you for watching. I hope you found my research valuable. Reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly, or you can comment in the section below. If you would like more information regarding Lake Arrowhead, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you're watching this on, or you can go follow me on Facebook or Instagram, or you can reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to share any sort of knowledge that I have about the community. All those links to different videos will be in the video description. I post a lot of different real estate content, market updates, new listings, gated community content, and then a lot of stuff about the luxury market. So don't forget to browse through my channel, take a look at those things that I post, and thanks again for watching this video. I hope you found it valuable. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.